Prepared for battle because the arena calls once more. Welcome back to Movies on the Brain. I'm Jason, and today I'm diving into the long-awaited return to Rome with Gladiator 2, a tale of vengeance, legacy, and power. Directed by the legendary Ridley Scott, this sequel brings a fierce and star-studded lineup including Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, and Pedro Pascal. The stakes are higher, the battles are bloodier, and the echoes of the past are impossible to silence. But does Gladiator 2 rise to claim victory, or does it fall in the dust of its predecessor? Grab your shields and let's find out. Gladiator 2 opened in theaters on November 22nd, 2024 with a budget of $250 million. During its 10-week theatrical run, it earned $172.4 million domestically and $289.7 million internationally, making a worldwide total of $462.1 million. Its opening weekend saw it earn $55 million, finishing number 2 in the box office, behind only Wicked, which had also opened the same weekend. Its final week in theaters saw it earn $210,142, finishing its box office run at number 27. 16 years after Marcus Aurelius' death, Rome is ruled by the corrupt twin emperors Geta and Caracalla. In the North African kingdom of Numidia, the refugee Hanno lives with his wife Arishot. The Roman army, led by General Acacius, invades and conquers the kingdom, killing Arishot and enslaving Hanno and the other survivors. Slaves are taken to Ostia, where the Romans pit them against feral baboons to advertise them as potential gladiators. Hanno savagely kills a baboon, impressing the stable master Maximus, who promises Hanno an opportunity to kill Acacius if he wins enough fights in Rome. Acacius returns to Rome a war hero. Geta and Caracalla arrange gladiatorial games in the Colosseum to celebrate his victory. Disillusioned with war, Acacius requests a break with his wife Lucilla, the daughter of Aurelius, but the emperors refuse and plot to conquer Persia and India. Senator Thrax throws a party for the emperors and arranges a gladiatorial duel as entertainment. After Hanno wins, he recites a verse from Virgil's Aeneid, revealing his Roman education to the emperors and raising Maximus' suspicion. Acacius and Lucilla conspire with Thrax and Senator Gracchus to overthrow the emperors and restore the Roman Empire. Hanno emulates the late legendary gladiator Maximus in the Colosseum to win fights. Lucilla realizes Hanno is her son Lucius Verus, whom she sent away as a child to protect him from the rivals for the throne. During a Namuchia in the Colosseum, Lucius leads the gladiators to victory and fires a crossbow at the spectating Acacius, but fails to kill him. Lucilla visits Lucius and tries to reconnect with him, but he angrily rebuffs her. He resents being forced to flee Rome and is upset that her new husband caused Arishot's death. Lucilla reveals to Lucius that he is Maximus' son and tells him to use his father's strength to survive. Ravi, the gladiator's physician, befriends Lucius and shows him the shrine to Maximus, which includes Maximus' sword and armor. Lucilla and Acacius conspire to free Lucius as part of their plot to dethrone the emperors. However, Thrax, who owes Maximus money, informs him of the conspiracy. Lucilla and Acacius are arrested for treason. Maximus advises the emperors to have Acacius killed in the Colosseum and arranges for Lucius to fight him. After a brief fight, Acacius surrenders to Lucius, 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 and professes his love and respect for Lucilla and Maximus. Lucius refuses to execute Acacius, but the Praetorian Guard execute him at the emperor's command, prompting the people to riot. When Maximus questions Lucius's refusal to kill Acacius, Lucius argues that Rome can be a better place. Maximus manipulates Caracalla into believing that Gita will blame him for the riot. Caracalla kills Gita with Maximus's help. Lucilla and Lucius reconcile. She gives him her father's ring, which also belonged to Maximus and Acacius. Increasingly delusional, Caracalla names his pet monkey as a consul alongside Maximus. Maximus persuades the Senate that he can restore order and assumes control of the Praetorians. He reveals to Lucilla that he was a slave under Aurelius's rule and vows to avenge himself by becoming emperor. Maximus convinces Caracalla to have Lucilla executed in the Colosseum, with only Lucius to defend her, hoping their deaths will trigger another riot that the Senate will defuse by executing Caracalla. Lucius sends Robbie with the ring to request the military aid from Acacius's legions outside Rome. Lucilla is brought into the Colosseum with the Senate, whom she has conspired with, while Lucius rallies the gladiators to revolt against their enslavers. Armed with Maximus' sword and armor, he leads the gladiators to defend Lucilla from execution. Gracchus is killed in the onslaught, while Maximus kills Caracalla before fatally shooting Lucilla with an arrow. Maximus flees the rioting city with Lucius in pursuit. Acacius' legions and Maximus' Praetorians meet outside Rome. To stop a battle, Lucius and Maximus duel. Although Maximus nearly kills Lucius, Lucius kills Maximus and reveals his identity as the imperial heir, convincing both armies to build a united Rome with him. Later, Lucius mourns his parents in the Colosseum. Now, let's look at the cast and some of their other roles. Paul Mescal as Lucius Verus Aurelius. Other roles for Paul Mescal include Connell in the TV show Normal People, Brian O'Hara in God's Creatures, and Harry in All of Us Strangers. Pedro Pascal as General Acacius. Other roles for Pedro Pascal include Fink in The Wild Robot, Clint in Freaky Tales, and Max in Bloodsucking Bastards. Connie Nielson as Lucilla. Other roles for Connie Nielson include Nina Yorkin in 1 Hour Photo, Mara in Ocean Deep, and Deborah Price in The Runner. Denzel Washington as Maximus. Other roles for Denzel Washington include Joe Deacon in The Little Things, Troy Maxon in Fences, and Frank Lucas in American Gangster. Joseph Quinn as Emperor Gita. Other roles for Joseph Quinn include Eric in A Quiet Place Day 1, Gernauer in Overlord, and Eddie Munson in the TV show Stranger Things. Fred Hetchinger as Emperor Caracalla. Other roles for Fred Hetchinger include Daniel in Thelma, Simon in Fear Streets Parts 1, 2, and 3, and John Colley in News of the World. Lior Raz as Vigo. Other roles for Lior Raz include Rovak Alimov in The Six Underground, the Magdala community leader in Mary Magdalene, and Tomer in the TV show A Body That Works. Derek Jacobi as Senator Gracchus. Other roles for Derek Jacobi include Errol in The Martini Shot, David in A Bird Flew In, and Mr. Brown in Come Away. Peter Mensah as Jugarth. Other roles for Peter Mensah include Archangel Michael in The Devil Conspiracy, Creta King in the TV show Transformers Prime, and Sergeant Zach Hammond in the Dead Space video game. Matt Lucas as the Master of Ceremonies. Other roles for Matt Lucas include Prodnose in Wonka, Mr. Colic in Missing Link, and Nardole in the TV show Doctor Who. Alexander Kareem as Robbie. Other roles for Alexander Kareem include Nathan Malone in Shadowland, Muhammad Banir in Dying of the Light, and Detective Thomas Lavelle in the TV show The Box. Tim McInerney as Senator Thrax. Other roles for Tim McInerney include Charles Sherrill in Race, Oliver Mace in MI5, and Richard in Severance. Rory McCann as Tegula. Other roles for Rory McCann include the Hound in the TV show Game of Thrones, Ragnar in The Damned, and Eric in Ghost Rig. Yuval Gonin as Arashat. Other roles for Yuval Gonin include Aluma in the TV show The Station and Alma in the TV show The Missing. Alec Utkoff as Darius. Other roles for Alec Utkoff include Dr. Alexei in the TV show Stranger Things, Alexei in San Andreas, and Rudy in the TV show The Lazarus Project. Jan Gale as Boster. The only other English role for Jan Gale is Jerome in the TV show 1899. I really enjoyed the opening. It really gives us a way to get up to speed on what happened in the first movie, in case it's been a long time since you last seen it, which for me, I watched it, I believe, the week before I saw it, which was 2 weeks after it was in theaters, I want to say. I also like the choice of Paul Mescal playing an older Lucius, and I did enjoy the flashbacks of what happens to Lucius after Maximus died. I really enjoyed seeing Derek Jacobi and Connie Nielson back in their roles from the first movie. I knew beforehand that Connie Nielson was back, but seeing Derek Jacobi as Senator Gracchus was a fun surprise for me. As with the first movie, the choreography and all the fights is fantastic. Even that questionable one where they're fighting sharks in Rome, just kind of weird to me. But the choreography for that was really great. Also, Denzel Washington absolutely stole the show in every scene he's in. He's definitely a welcome addition to the franchise, I feel like. Pedro Pascal needs to do more serious action roles, which I know he's in The Last of Us. I just haven't seen it, but he was phenomenal here. Joseph Quinn and Fred Hetchinger as brothers who are both emperors was a great casting choice, and I enjoyed their chemistry they have in their scenes together. And Connie Nielsen also has great chemistry with Pedro Pascal and Paul Mescal. And of course, everyone has great chemistry with Denzel Washington. I'll be honest, I did not see that twist coming with Maximus ending up killing both brothers, and I visibly flinched when he killed Caracalla by stabbing him in the ear. And that I've seen that movie twice now, and both times I flinch. I thoroughly enjoyed how different the games at the Coliseum were between both films, even though I was scratching my head during the boat battle with the sharks. I really do like how it unfolded, how Lucilla realized Hano was Lucius. The change in color during the flashbacks was a great choice, and the way color slowly came back in after the flashback was great. This movie has a lot that I loved about the first movie in terms of story, and I do like that it's sort of similar to the first, except how both Maximus and Lucius, his wives, die. I know there's some things I missed, but after the first watch, which is honestly where all this review is coming from, I really don't have anything bad to say about it. Even though the first film is better, which I do feel like is normal, and I've seen a lot of people say this same thing. Now let's look at some fun facts and trivia. Following the first battle, Acacius says Vae Victis, which is Latin for woe to the defeated. The rhinoceros fight was originally meant to be in the first Gladiator movie. It was changed because the special effects at the time couldn't convincingly recreate them, and real rhinos are impossible to tame. It was reported that Timothy Chalamet, Miles Teller, Austin Butler, Richard Madden, and Paul Mescal met or auditioned to take director Ridley Scott, with Mescal being one of the firsts, and leaving a lasting impression on Scott. Barry Keoghan was originally cast as Emperor Gita, but had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. The first trailer received 128 million online views within the first 24 hours, the second most of any Paramount film after Transformers Rise of the Beast, with 238 million views. This is Denzel Washington's first supporting role in a movie since Antoine Fisher. Ridley Scott didn't need to pay Russell Crowe anything or need his permission to reuse footage from Gladiator, as per Crowe's original contract in the sequel. However, he nonetheless paid him $50,000 as a goodwill gesture. And there you have it. Gladiator 2, a journey through blood, ambition, and honor. Whether it's a triumphant return, or a fight that falls short, one thing's for sure. Ridley Scott still knows how to command the screen. So what do you think? Did Gladiator 2 live up to the legacy of its predecessor, or did it get lost in the sands of time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a review here on Movies on the Brain. Until next time, keep your sword sharp and your mind sharper, and I'll see you in the next one.